So for our time together in this video, I'm going to go over the different energetic patterns a person typically goes through while transforming from a current reality to a more desired reality. I'll go over what keeps a person stuck in the current reality despite implementing law of attraction techniques and/or taking all-out action on their goals. Stick around till the end because just one concept from this video may give you the mental and energetic shift you need to make that quantum leap. Ready to begin? Great! Have you ever experienced one of these three scenarios I'm about to describe to you? Maybe something similar or a hybrid of the two out of the three. Scenario number one, you experience big wins and they happen sporadically. For example, it could be something like a financial windfall because sales are up. Let's say you made in 1 month what you typically do in a quarter or a year. Then it goes back to normal. Then a while later, the big win happens again. Let's take another example. You're experiencing harmony in a relationship when you would typically experience chaos with this person before. Then something happens that seems outside of your control, causing triggers within you and possibly in the other person, and the relationship goes back to its old dynamics. Either one of those examples describes when a person gets onto the frequency of the reality they want, but then finds their way back to the old, same old, same old. So there are significant shifts, and they're great, but not sustainable yet. Scenario number two. The happenings in your life feel stagnant and at a standstill. It's neither going here or there. You feel like you're going through the motions. You implement what you know what to do without much inspiration, and the results remain the same. You may actually feel a bit paralyzed, kind of like running around on a hamster wheel. And on a typical day, you're zoning in and out of conscious awareness. You just feel stuck. And the status quo in your life and business all stays the same. And it's been going on for a while, at least about a year now. Scenario number three. You know the distinction between this version of yourself that has the current results and the version of yourself that's actually accomplishing what you want. You find your old self kicks in hard and it becomes very frustrating. Even though you know better, slipping back to your old unconscious habits and coping mechanisms feels comfortable and familiar. Change is a bit too much of a pressure for you, so you resort back to the old ways. What I just described are different patterns of energy between your current reality and your desired reality. Your current reality has a certain energetic signature compared to your desired reality, doesn't it? And vice versa. How does one find the distinction between the two? It's simple. Be present right now with your current reality. Feel it and compare it to the energy of the reality that you want. So I want you to close your eyes at this moment. Hopefully you're not driving or anything like that. But I want you to close your eyes, sit back, and observe your life right now as if it were a movie. And in this movie, you see yourself and all the happenings of life and business and your career. Now we're going to focus on the relationship storyline of this current reality movie. Go to a difficult relationship you have with someone in your life right now. Could be a coworker, a sibling. Now tell me, how does it feel? Note the feeling, and if you want to, you can pause this video and write this down. Now, think about how you would like that relationship to be between the both of you. Do you sense how the feeling or energy is different in this desired reality? You can write that down too if you like. Now let's feel, and notice how I say feel, what it's like to think about a situation in your career or business that's bothering you. Play the typical situation in your mind, and this should not be hard. You know this scene very well because it's a pattern that you've been experiencing again and again. Am I right? Okay, so as you play out this pattern in your head, what do you feel? Now, in your imagination, explore how would you like it to be and how does that feel? Do you notice the difference between the energy of the current situation and the energy of what you would like to see happen? By the power of choice, you were able to tune into two distinct realities. Now, if you remember in my video on your higher mental powers, the power to choose your thoughts is one of them. It's called the power of reason. You are using your power of reason to create reality. I want you to envision something in your mind's eye right now. On the left side, you see a circle, and in that circle, it says current reality. Now, draw a row of several arrows, successive arrows in a straight line, pointing towards another circle on the right side. And in this circle, it says desired reality. This is a visual representation of flowing in the direction of what you want, as described in situation number 1. You'll notice in example 1, scenario 1, this person has reached the desired reality, has become the energy of that reality, and the results followed, but isn't able to stay there. Only about 1% of the population are able to energetically stay in their desired reality consistently. They usually do so unconsciously. They are what you would consider as unconscious competence. They are very competent at what they do and are not consciously aware exactly how they are doing it because it comes so natural to them. These unconscious competence were the exact people, those 500 of the most successful people on the planet, that Napoleon Hill spent over 20 years of his life studying. Through his research, he broke the code as to what made them tick, and his findings were all compiled in several books. When a person is able to maintain themselves energetically on the right side, the desired reality, no matter what is going on the left side, the current reality, that person experiences something called a quantum leap. There are more to quantum leaps than what I just described, but I will cover that topic on quantum leaps more so in another video. Now, I want you to envision the same two circles with current reality on the left and desired reality on the right. But this time, in the middle of these two structures, you're going to put a line in between them with arrows pointing both toward the current reality and the desired reality. Do you see that? You're being pulled in two directions at the same time. That is what we call stagnation, energetically. You're hovering in between both energies, causing the stuckness. This is a visual representation of example number 2, where life and business is going neither here or there. It's at a standstill. Now let's create the same circles side by side with the same corresponding labels. This time, we're drawing a row of successive arrows in a straight line from the desired reality to the current reality. So it's going opposite direction of example 1. This is when the energy is flowing backwards, so to speak, and back to the old. This is called oscillation. No one intentionally goes back to the same energy that's creating the reality they don't want. We're usually emotionally triggered when this happens. There are, of course, other factors that cause us to oscillate. I call these factors vibrational anchors, and you can watch my video on vibrational anchors next. It's when our unconscious, subconscious mind gets the best of us and kicks in. Remember, this is our default programming. While the desired reality side requires a person to actually get out of the habit of being themselves. That's right. If you want to transform and change things, the old excuse of, well, that's not me, may not fly anymore. Because actually, the habit of being you may be what needs to change. I know. Ouch. It's one of those difficult pills to swallow along the transformational journey. But I promise you it is worth it, and your ego will survive. You want to hear something really interesting? These two spheres, both current reality and desired reality, exist at the same time. But you're saying, Jen, I only see the current reality manifested. What do you mean? I don't see my desired reality yet, or very little bit. I'm here to tell you your desired reality actually does exist now. Let me explain. Remember that the whole universe is moving in and out of form. Please watch my video on the laws of the universe to get a better grasp of this. Your current reality is physical or has become matter because this is what your different levels of mind has observed up until this point at this very moment. But your desired reality is still in what we call waveform or potential energy, in the invisible, in the quantum realm. The desired reality becomes particle form or physical form or matter when you observe your desired reality more and more with your predominant thoughts, feelings, and actions at different levels of mind. Now remember, we're talking mind as being on an unconscious level, subconscious level, conscious and superconscious level. Okay. Deep breath. I know this may seem like a lot. This brings me to this quote from inventor, futurist, philanthropist, architect, writer, designer, and visionary Buckminster Fuller. He said, quote, "You never change things by fighting an existing model. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete." So imagine that these two circles or spheres are actually superimposed with one another. Can you see that? Now, to make the distinction more in your mind, make the current reality sphere a particular color, let's say blue, and the desired reality sphere another color, let's say yellow. Imagine that you are predominantly thinking, living, feeling, and acting in the ever-present now according to your desired reality. You only feed your desired reality, and you starve your current reality's energy. Eventually, you will see the blue sphere disappear and the desired reality sphere remain, and voila, life has transformed. What I'm saying is simple, and yet it is not easy. What really determines our energetic signatures is rooted in the beliefs we hold deep in our unconscious and subconscious levels of thinking. So the changes need to start there. We bring about that change by using our conscious and superconscious levels of thinking. When this happens, it almost seems like magic occurs in our lives. So why aren't you experiencing your desired reality yet? There are two factors. On one hand, the desired reality has to become stronger within you through identity work, paradigm shifting that includes energetics, and a setup of new structures in your life and business. On the other hand, on the side of the current reality energetics, all the what I call energetic vibrational anchors that keep you in the frequency of the current reality need to be lifted. In closing for this video, I want to mention that emotions really help us navigate whether we're in flow, remaining stagnant, or oscillating. This is one of the reasons why emotional intelligence is very key along the path of transformation. I hope you found this video enlightening and helpful. Comment below with what your greatest takeaways have been. If you have any questions, you can also put them in the comments. Also remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification button so you'll know when the next video is being released. Till then.